Let's get the read right now from Rob Luna, SureVest CEO. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that employers are having the difficulty they are kind of enforcing that, or at least getting workers who are into this trend maybe rethinking that trend. Rob, I'm especially reminded of the push by the investment banks to say, all right, we're dropping a lot of these COVID protocols, so you have no reason to be home anymore. I'm just wondering where that's going.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bigger issue, I mean, the pandemic has definitely, Neil, exacerbated this, but I think this is clearly a communication problem. When you talk about the millennial generation, they're not talking to people anymore. The ability to articulate themselves, build relationships with people, it's all on the phone now. Something as simple as, hey, I'm doing great, thank you, has been reduced to a big yellow thumb. And if you want to personalize it, you match it to your flesh color. So I think, building relationships, clearly articulating guidelines for people. Those are the things that we need to get back to, and that's been a big problem with our telephones, with the pandemic. Locking people away from each other is not good for business. It's not good for society.
There's a cockiness, though, with all respect to what Jim was saying, though, Bob, where he said, oh, no, I can't soil myself with coming back in and hearing your orders. I'm an obnoxious boss, and the people in my cubicle who annoy me. Different times now, and it was warranted during the whole COVID thing, and I understand some workplaces changing to address that. But I don't know. I wonder if the pendulum swings back, and a lot of these people are doing this. Not all, by all means. They're going to have to read the new writing on the wall. What do you think?
Yeah, no, and I agree, and I'll push back on you a little bit, Jim. I mean, you're saying managers are people, and the ability to communicate, articulate the needs, to be able to outline a clear guideline and path for people is actually now more important than ever, because if you are able to manage this remote workforce, I think over-communication is the key, because you're not right in front of people. And so I think there's been this big disconnect where everyone's been siloed, and that's what some of these investment banks are starting to talk about, is collaboration is where some of these best ideas get from. So I don't think we're going back to where we were, but I do think we're going to get back to more of a normal environment, maybe some flex work schedule. But as the pandemic gets put in the rearview mirror, as this economy starts to slow down, the power is shifting back to the employers, just like we're seeing in the real estate market. It's going back to a buyer's market, so they're going to have a lot more choice, and this new generation or the 50-year-olds are going to have to catch up with that.